Obviously, this is what I said the first time.
No blunders, nothing like that.
No. No blunders here at all here on Turn to Locator.
Okay, and starting Mario. Now, I do think Mario Ike is actually pretty even. Mario definitely like hates the sword when he's getting juggled and just in neutral, but Ike is just such good combo food. He gets destroyed off stage by Flood and you know, just stuff like that, getting taken advantage of when he's in a bad spot. And Cap also has a Pichu, but I don't know.
I wouldn't
feel
chance
like
it against Ike.
Yeah, Pichu, he could just die and just be really inconsistent there.
And while Pichu's faster than Mario, still doesn't outrange Ike. He can still take advantage of this big sword like he does against Mario. Only thing is that de facto buys him space because Mario is also slow. We see Tispai right now. It's just these single hits that are getting him all the magic. I like that right there by Cap to buy himself some stage. However, he continues to hold forward, and that's where Tispai has been getting a lot of punishes on this first stock.
Yeah. You know, Mario has amazing frame data. Once you get hit, you can usually just press a button out of disadvantage, but against a sword like Ike's, you're just gonna eat that.
And right now, Cap has definitely eaten a lot of damage. I mean, the couple times he's gotten a hit, he hasn't unfortunately gotten too much of an extension yet. Nice movement right there, but Tispai comes in low, so doesn't do a whole lot to mix up that recovery, I guess.
Yeah. Ike's side B to the ledge, the hitbox is really big, so it can be a little bit tricky to edgeguard that.
Oh, Cap reads that jump with that up B, though. I mean, we saw him go for that the first time, but Tispai was DIing in, so he didn't get hit by the super jump punch. That time, mixing it up, Cap was able to find it by just, you know, going with the tried and true. Oh, yes!
Tispai, he's like one of the Ikes that use that more, I feel. Just knowing when it's more optimal to go for that rather than, you know, stale your up air or just go for a forward air that won't kill.
However, Cap almost landing that forward air, but that was really good DI on that whole combo by Tispai to get out of that. And yeah, that whole situation, I mean, now that he's gotten out of that early game combo, he's still alive. That he's escaped with his life means that he's set up really well because, like you said, made a really intelligent read on Cap's DI when he landed that falling nair, which is, again, as we all know, where Ike gets all of his setups.
Yeah, and, you know, this is just sort of how the matchup goes. Like, we've seen Tispai dominating most of the neutral, but he's already at 107. You know, Mario's just never out of it because he can just rack up that damage so quickly. One of the best comeback characters in the game, I feel.
I mean, not to mention just the damage he builds up, but with Rage, he also takes some pretty early stocks, and you've got to be aware of that. I think right now Cap is trying to do a little bit too much with these recoveries, and I would say, honestly, normally just go and cover the deep one, and then kill him for trying to go to ledge, like you saw right there. You cover the deep one, and then you can get a stock.
Optimal. Just very good, very smart play right there. And
yeah,
going for the sauce.
I don't blame him for that because you've been down this whole game. Why not go for the one that'll win you the whole thing? Oh my gosh, what a read! What a read by Cap! He knew that was coming because he'd been going deep on stage every time with that quick draw.
Taking Ike to Hawaiian Falls. Season pass.
$23 or get me an $80 yearly pass. Yeah, please.
Oh, my people need me.
Somebody please put shooting stars over that.
Oh, Lord. And yeah, that's just one of the things that makes this matchup not terrible for Mario despite being walled up by a sword.
Yeah, you called it. I wasn't normally Flood is such a niche thing that I wouldn't call it matchup defining, but yeah, I guess if Cap gets that read on the quick draw on stage, then Tispai is done so. Not to mention, you know, that can still mess him up when he's off stage trying to use an Aether.
Exactly. Ike he just doesn't have the best like drift when he's doing his specials, so you know, Tispai was probably holding towards the stage the entire time, but he just could not slow down. Ike only goes forward.
Ooh, I like the idea of the downer right there, but he started falling while he was doing it rather than trying to, you know, keep that aerial momentum. So Tispai was able to SDI up and fall out, and now, ooh, he was waiting for Cap to do something. This time he's not going to waste any time, but again, fade-ins every single time that Cap, you know, gets himself back out of tumble in the air. But we see him somehow making a lot of use out of it.
Yeah. Oh, and the trade, yeah, that hitbox is so big, but Yeah, Tispai couldn't make it back.
Yeah, I think Tispai air dodge maybe anticipating that he would be sent towards the stage. Because it looked like he was in air dodge lag. Otherwise, there's no reason not to up B, I guess.
He definitely did directional air dodge. I think he was at a distance where Aether might not have clipped. I know it has some pretty big magnet hands, but it was just hard to tell in the heat of that moment.
Yeah, I normally spam it, but also sometimes you're like, all right, I think I've lost the stock. I'm going to get back into the action. And when he's in the action, Tispai is definitely doing a great job, especially keeping the Mario in the air.
Yeah, and one thing I really like is the way Tispai mixes up, just going for the head-on juggles and then waiting on the ground with a read. And, even if he doesn't get the up smash read, he's covered center stage, so he still has all that stage control.
I see Tispai. See, what I like about what Tispai is doing right now is that he's waiting until he has control of stage to attack. Normally he'll try to do some aggressive rolls in, something like that. I love the patience right there to make sure that he's alive, and Cap didn't have the charge on the Flood to kill him for that onstage quick draw. And now we're going to see once again, Tispai is just going to wait until he has some stage control before he throws out those attacks, but not patient enough to wait for the Mario.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary. He almost got blast zone straight up.
Which would have been that would have been 2 clips for Cap in one set. Nice DI.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, right in the corner there. But now with this ledge trap. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Tispai is he's just so good about like covering roll. Always aware to dash back and just turn that F tilt around.
That's the Ike classic, by the way, is take opponent's stock and then stand near the ledge and then Aether. But right there, again, we're seeing that Mario classic. Like I said, even a weak Flood got Cap the stock right there, so we're even.
Yeah. Ooh. Throwing the up air to cover the entire platform, then back airing right after. Really good tech chase.
That up air is so good. Oh my gosh.
It's massive. Oh my! Ike took some. He took some growth pills or something. he saw an ad on X Hamster or okay.
Oh cheeks. Oh cheeks.
Okay.
I love you, man. Oh, and once again, Cap with that off-stage play to take advantage of Ike's linear recovery twice. He's gotten some pretty flashy stocks to end the games, and it's a 2-0 for him. And like you said, an even matchup, but one where it's kind of more nerve-wracking for Mario the whole time.
Exactly. That's just something you have to be prepared for if you're gonna, play a Swordy versus Mario. You'll dominate neutral, you'll control the pace for the majority, but he can blow your stock up in less exchanges.
Yeah.
So
which we saw. We saw that Cap probably